Hello friends, how are you? I'm back with my daily finance news and update videos. Hope these videos are useful to you because we are covering everything, all the important news only we are bringing to you, and we are covering them in a powered-packed video so that you don't have to look here and there, look towards various kind of newspapers, wasting your time, effort and money, of course. So please watch the video completely and get benefits. We are also putting a lot of time, effort and money for this video. So if you appreciate our effort, please consider subscribing to my channel and liking and sharing the video. So without wasting much time, let's get started. The first news is NARCL finalizes 2 SREI companies acquisition. So what is this SREI? SREI was a finance company. It was working towards equipment financing. Initially, it was incorporated as Sri Radha Krishna Industries, Sri Radha Krishna Export Industries. But later on, it changed its name to SREI Finance and SREI Equipments. So the two companies which NARCL has finalized, they are SREI Equipment Finance and SREI Infrastructure Finance. So they were under the IBC proceedings earlier. RBI had surpassed their board, and they had put the former general manager of Bank of Baroda, Mr. Rajneesh Kumar, as their main chief operating officer, CEO. Now there was a 32,700 crore debt on the company. With this finalization, a biggest resolution of the recent time has happened. This would be one of the largest time bond resolutions in the recent year. We are aiming to revive SREI's equipment lending businesses. NARCL was so we will ask, what is NARCL? So NARCL was formed by the government in 2021, with public sector banks owing a majority stake in NARCL. So you can say NARCL is kind of a bad bank, where they are, the other banks, they are parking their non-performing assets, and when the resolution comes, the profit is going to NARCL. So says it was formed by government in 2021 when the concept of bad bank was initiated. Banks, they have pulled up their resources. The majority stake is owned by the public sector bank. The balance is with the small part is with private sector bank also. But if I will say the major uses of these bad banks, and earlier the ARC companies were there, they have been done by the private banks only, and public sector banks now they are stepping up and parking their assets so that the balance sheets are cleaned, and also the simultaneous resolution is also going on. So, but earlier the focus was public sector banks were not there on the bad bank uses. Canara Bank is the sponsor bank of NARCL. It has been set up with a strategic initiative to clean up banks' legacy stressed assets valued rupees 500 crore and above. So whatever assets, NPA assets which were above 500 crore and above, they were parked in these bad banks. So it has so far aggregated a debt of rupees 25,500 crore, covering 6 assets, and it was incorporated on 7th July 2021. So that was the news for NARCL and SREI. The government says 10 PSB transferred NPAs of over 11,617 crore to NARCL from January to November. So like I just informed you that now the public sector banks, they are more eager to use, they are more willing to use the NARCL, the bad bank thing. Now they are parking more and more assets to NARCL now, but the recovery has not been that very good, though it is understood that they are very difficult cases to be resolved, and often they are in litigation, and in litigation in India takes a lot of time. But still, if you see, the recovery has been very difficult, and if the NARCL has to survive, ultimately it has to recover money. If it does not recover money, the capital will be eroded, and ultimately it will meet the same fate as the other ARCs, asset reconstruction companies, as the same they are struggling, they will also fall in the same category now. So the total of 10 public sector banks have transferred NPAs of rupees 11,617 crore to NARCL between January and November this year. So how much they have recovered? That was the major question I was asking about. Now NARCL has recovered only 16.64 crore as on November 30th, 2023. So you can imagine, out of 11,617 crore, the cases which have been transferred to NARCL, only 16. So it is nearly not even 1% now. So the efforts has to be stepped up to government. They have to streamline the legislations. IBC, they have to solve the cases. They have to dispose of the cases on priority quickly, so that the companies which are created to support banks and their balance sheets, they are not affected themselves. Moving on now, the good news for investors who are willing to invest in sovereign gold bonds. 2 more tranches has been approved by RBI. Now, a brief history about quick recap about gold bond scheme. The gold bond scheme the government is offering. Suppose you are to invest in gold, then you will have to first you'll going to a jeweler. Then there are many constraints like making charges, and there are always concern about the purity, and then you have to go back to the original seller when you want to sell the gold, otherwise you'll not get the full value of the gold. And also always there are concerns about the security and the security and safety of the physical gold. Now with this gold bond scheme, government is trying to bring everybody who is looking to invest in gold bonds into the digital gold bond scheme, so that in case the first thing, it will be beneficial for the country. Like we will be saving a lot of foreign currency, because we are the largest importer of the gold. And most of the gold, they are nowadays they are lying in bank lockers or this safety of the house. So they are no more used. So government came up with the idea, and they started the gold bond scheme, wherein they are offering an additional incentive up to 2.5% interest, and it is normally for 8 years. You can take loans on this gold bonds. You can redeem it after 5 years lock-in period. And then you'll be getting the market value of the gold once you redeem. So you'll be getting the appreciation of the gold prices, as well as 2.5% interest, without the headache of the safety and security of the gold. So personally, I highly recommend this for our investor friends to invest in, whoever is looking to invest in gold. Now they'll be opening 2 subscriptions. The subscription 3 period is going to be open from December 18th to December 22nd, and Series 4 will be scheduled from February 12th to February 16, 2024. So mark these dates. These are going to be, and if you want to invest, these are very excellent and safe investment avenues, which can be very beneficial for you. Now moving on to another news. Now Paytm is trying to invest rupees 100 crore in the facility called Gift City. So Gift City, as we all know, the Gujarat National Financial Tech City, which is growing. The government is planning to grow into a financial hub and a kind of financial laboratory for India. Government is trying to do what Singapore has already done, and now that venture is picking up. It was conceived way back, but now the venture is picking up after many companies they have shifted their international financial hubs, especially after the operationalization of this our SGX Nifty and BSE Sensex Gift Center arm there. So the things are moving now. Even private companies, they are moving they're planning to invest in Gift City. So Paytm will be investing for a development of global payment development center. Paytm is also aiming to grab the opportunity to be a participant in the growing fintech ecosystem boom based out of here. So they are trying to capitalize on the opportunities present in the Gift City Center. It is not just any special economic zone. It is kind of a global financial hub in development, and Paytm has recognized the potential there. So let's see how they are able to operationalize. Government mandates air-conditioned truck cabins starting October 2025. So our Road and Transport Minister, Mr. Nitin Gadkari, is doing a phenomenal job, and personally I feel him to be one of the top most performing ministers, and many of our friends will also agree. The idea has been trying to improve the work conditions of the truck drivers, and with this vision he has come out with the regulations, a notification mandating that all new trucks manufactured on or after October 1st, 2025 must be equipped with air conditioning cabins for drivers. The move is a part of broader initiative aimed at enhancing the work conditions and overall safety of the truck drivers. So we have seen that our truck drivers, they work in a very bad situation. There are no fixed working hour, and they are driving at length at a stretch for hours now. So their condition has been very pathetic. And if you compare the conditions of the truck drivers in developed countries like UK, Canada, and I have personally met people from Punjab who has been working there. They may call themselves a truck driver, but their salaries and the working condition is very comfortable. So with this, they want to start a new revolution for better working conditions for the truck drivers. Air conditioning cables will be very helpful for their comfort and their physical and mental well-being. Government has also given a very good margin because now they will be starting almost after 2 years. So the truck companies they have also have to have time to accommodate and adjust themselves for this new notification. Moving on to another news, COP28 pledges meet only 23% of the needed energy emission cuts. So IEA has said this one. The International Energy Agency has stated that the COP28 climate summit's pledges will only reduce energy-related greenhouse gas emissions by 30% by 2030. So we covered a COP28 summit which was held in Dubai, and there was quite a lot of difference between countries, especially the developed countries and developing nations, about the road ahead and when and how they will be reducing their gas emissions, who will be footing the bill, about new technology transfers. We discussed all about in our previous videos. If you are not seen, I'll put the link in the description and I button up there. You can go and very well watch the video. That will be helpful for you. Now, whatever cuts the countries have committed by themselves voluntarily, it is going to reduce only 30% of the greenhouse-related gas emissions by 2030. Our target is to go carbon neutral by 2050. So this obviously these are not enough. We need to step up our efforts. We need to push our leaders. They have to show leadership, and of course the developing nations they have to show their big heart, so that the developing nations they can cater to their development needs as well as the green energy requirements. They can work. They have to work hand in hand so that we can save this planet Earth. So obviously this COP28 could not do enough about the emission targets. They need to do more. Moving on to the next news, Bank of India has raised rupees 4,500 crore QIP. So qualified institutional placement Bank of India has issued, and they have successfully completed it. Bank of India has raised rupees 4,500 crore via qualified institutional placements of about 44.91 crore equity shares at an issue price of rupees 100.20 per equity share. So it was oversubscribed for 4.11 times, and the issue price was only 100.20. It was given at a discount when when this issue came, the price was 105. So there was a discount of 5 rupees per equity share. And Bank of India has recently they are improving their own performance, and that has been reflected in the prices also. The sell prices, it has moved from levels of 60, 65 to now it almost touched 114. Currently, it was trading somewhere around 106 yesterday. So the government bank, they are doing well. The balance sheets, they all are doing well. Financial sector is a reflection of the economy, and we can see that that reflection is very positive. Hope the other banks will continue to do well. Moving on to the next news now. India planning to move from WPI to PPI in future. Let's see the news first. So India is planning to move from the wholesale price index to producer price index in future, as most of the G20 countries follow this practice. Work is also underway on revising the wholesale price index base year from 2011-12 to 17-18. Revising base year from 2017-18 for the consumption of the wholesale inflation would help in presenting a more realistic picture of the price situation in the country. So this what is, for our viewers, some may not be aware what is wholesale price index. The wholesale price index is normally used by the government to measure the inflation in the country. There are two indices: wholesale price index and consumer price index. So government has fixed some baskets of commodities, and they carry their own weightages, and as the prices of those commodity move in wholesale market, the same is reflected here, and the wholesale price index goes up or down accordingly. So if you want, I can come up with a video on how this wholesale price index and consumer price index works. But for now, the news is that government is planning to move from WPI to producer price index, because the other G20 countries, they are not following the same system. And since India was the G20 president also recently, and we have to align our practices with our member countries so that it is easier for in the trade and other things and negotiations. It is always easier if everyone is on the same footing. So and it is more scientific also. Moreover, by the time we move to PPI, the WPI has also become audited, because the base year they are taking is 2011 and 12, whereas the prices have moved. So the indices it is not giving a very realistic picture. So they are thinking of moving the base year from 11-12 to 17-18, and based on this now 17-18, the price movement will be calculated. So now another news, no proposal under consideration to revert to old pension scheme, says Finance Minister. Finance Minister Mrs. Nirmala Sitharaman, she said that there is no proposal under consideration to revert to OPS. There has been demand, and it was a poll issue also in the recently concluded assembly elections about reverting to old pension scheme. So the minister also reiterated that the law does not permit refunding the back accumulated money of the employees to the state government in case of going back to OPS. So she is saying there are technical difficulties, whatever money they have collected, because the new pension scheme, it was introduced in 2004, where the government is contributing money, and the employees they are also contributing money, and it is going to NPAs, which is managed by PFRDA. And it works with for other fund managers. If I go into that, it will be a very long topic. So basically, whatever money has been deposited to NPS, the law does not permit that to be refunded back to the state government. So whatever state governments they have given this money, it will not be refunded now. It is going to be another issue, because now whatever employees they are in service from 2004 and 2000, almost 20 years now. So who will pay the money for the old pension scheme, and who will be what will be the fate of the money which has been already deposited? But the government has to think about it. I know that about the financial burden and why this NPS was introduced. Slowly, they were planning to phase it out completely, but now the employees, they are saying that the future is at stake, because we have seen how NPS can be detrimental for their safety, and the retirement life will not be secure. So this is kind of a social security instrument, and the government has to rethink about and make NPS more attractive, so that the people, they are not driven towards OPS, and NPS, it can flourish and give a better life to our people moving on to old age. India is a young country now, but ultimately we will be an older economy. In the next 30 years, the old age population, it will grow, and people having NPS, if they are not sure about their future, they will fight for the old pension scheme. So government has a lot to do about it. Another study by RBI says that old pension scheme to be 4.5% more costlier than the new pension scheme. So RBI is also opposing the move, because financially it is not prudent, we'll say, but everything cannot be judged in terms of finances. We have not scrapped the pension scheme for our leaders. The politicians, they are enjoying it. So why to punish employees only? RBI is saying that any move by the states to shift to the old pension scheme would raise their fiscal burden by 4.5 times their expenditure under the NPS retirement benefits, according to the Reserve Bank of India. So NPS is much cheaper, and OPS will be 4.5 times much costlier than the NPS. OPS is costlier, but again, now everything you cannot judge in terms of finances only. There are things called social responsibility, and you have to discharge your social responsibilities. The European countries, they are paying pension. They have expanded their social security net, so that even those who have not worked, they are being given. In India also, we have contemplated schemes like Atal Pension Yojana and old age schemes. They are in force. So it is the duty of the government to secure the senior citizens, the people who have given their productive years to the country, to secure their old age, so that they are not left stranded once they are no more. They are not able to earn for themselves anymore. So another news, so Finance Minister has said in the Lok Sabha that in the 9 years, public sector banks have not recovered even ₹1 versus ₹5 written off. So there was a question in Lok Sabha about it, and the political parties, especially the opposition parties, they have been blaming government that they are writing off the loans to their corporate friends, and they're routing the public money if we take exact words of the opposition parties. But the government is maintaining that the return of loans, they are not free gifts to the corporates, and banks still they are trying to recover whatever money which has been written off. So there was a counter question about it, about how much return of money you have recovered, and the response was not very good, because only one out of, so you can say only 20% of the money has been recovered. So let's see what was the news. Public sector banks could not recover even ₹1, as against ₹5 written off during the 9 years fiscal years starting from 2014 to 15. Public sector banks have written off an aggregate loan amount of ₹10.42 lakh crore and recovered an aggregate amount of ₹1.6 lakh crore from written off loans from the financial year 2014 to financial year 2022 and 23. Government maintains that a write-off does not mean loan waiver, but actual recovery from return of accounts is low. So now there will be politics on this, but as a banker, as a finance expert, I can tell you that these cases are very difficult to crack. Especially the legal system, the support is not adequate. the cases they linger on for years, and many times the people they have run away from the country. They are not around. There has been complications about the security, and especially with the kind of credit guarantee schemes we are having. So small loans, they are not having any security, and big loans, the enforcement of security is marred with the legal complications and marketability of the security, and of course the realizable value has been very low. So this recovery in return off is a difficult task. Public sector banks, they are trying to do it as we have discussed NARCL also. So they are trying to do it, but we must understand this, but that these cases are very difficult to deal with, and it's not easy. So we should keep politics aside and let the bank work for themselves, and we should support them. MSME share in the export is 45.56% till September 2023. Government has told to Parliament. Now, MSME share, the share of MSME products in India's export increased from 43.59% in FY23 to 45.03% in FY2022. So, the share of MSMEs are increasing, and it is a good sign. Government is also trying to promote through various schemes, like PLI schemes are given, many other schemes are in force which are showing results. So these are good signs for the economy. India's industrial production rises to 16-month high of 11.7% in October 2023. So we had seen in the last episode, I had discussed about the 8 core sectors of the Indian economy doing well, and I told you also that it is going to be reflecting in IIP, and when IIP numbers came, the picture is in front of you. So against a contraction of 4.1% in the same period last year, has gone to 11.7%. In September, it had grown by 5.8% only. So very encouraging number on the IAP part. Mir Asset acquires Sher Khan for rupees 3,000 crore. Sher Khan, we all know they were the first movers into the online trading platform. So BNP Paribas has reportedly divested its domestic retail broking unit Sher Khan to South Korea's Mirai Asset Financial Group for rupees 3,000 crore. Sher Khan was one of the first movers in the country's online broking segment. It is currently among the top 10 retail brokerage houses in the country also. BNP Paribas had announced its acquisition of Sher Khan in 2015. They had acquired it in 2015, and the deal was completed in 2018. The acquisition marked a huge move in the financial sector, with the BNP Paribas acquiring Sher Khan to gain a strong foothold in India's brokerage and financial market. Now, BNP Paribas has chosen to exit Sher Khan as part of its strategy not to continue retail businesses operation in India. So earlier, the BNP Paribas they were planning big on the retail segment and the online brokerage segment in India, but now they have a change of strategy and they are divesting. So they have given this, but Sher Khan, they had the early mover advantage. They did well. Still, they are among the top 10 in the retail brokerage houses in the country. So it will be an asset for the Mirai assets in India. Now, India has bought Russian oil at $84.2 per barrel, at $84.2 per barrel in October. It is the highest since December. So the international prices have gone up. So the prices for Russian oil has also gone up. India paid the highest prices for the Russian oil in October, exceeding the $60 price cap set by the Group 7 countries. So Western countries, they had set a price cap of $60 per barrel, but India is still they're not very concerned about the sanctions that they're buying, and I will praise the Indian diplomacy for this, because they have managed to convince and put the pressure off themselves for the benefit of our countrymen. They are getting cheaper oil, so they are buying it from there. There has been a lot of pressure, but government is defending itself very nicely. So hats off to the Indian diplomacy on this front. So there's another news. Last date to update Aadhaar details for free has been extended again. So some of our viewers they will be smiling because that when the deadlines are not met, so few of our friends who are kind of lazy, they will like that. Okay, they can do it, but this time it is different. The UIDAI, that is Unique Identification Authority of India, has once again extended the deadline for free updation of Aadhaar details through the My Aadhaar portal. Mind it, if you are going to the Aadhaar updation center, the offline is still payable. It is they charge a fee of ₹25 when you do it through the physical Aadhaar centers. But if you are doing online, it will be free. But this has been extended only for 3 months. That is between December 23 to 14th March 24, and that has been done after a phenomenal response for this initiative. So nothing has forced, only the good response has forced government to extend the deadline. So please take note of it and update your Aadhaar details, your mobile number, your email ID, your addresses. Please update so that Aadhaar is now like one-stop solution for everything, and it has to be updated. Especially your kids, you take care. Government withdrew criminal law bills, and they are planning to introduce them afresh. What was this criminal law bills? Let's see. The government has withdrawn 3 criminal law bills, including the Bharatiya Nyaya Samhita Bill 2023, the Bharatiya Nagrik Suraksha Samhita Bill 2023, and the Bharatiya Sakshya Bill 2023. These bills were brought to replace the colonial era bills of IPC, CRPC, and the Indian Evidence Act. So these 3 bills were the Indian versions of the earlier bill, and there was many changes also in those bills. But they have withdrawn these bills, and because of the Parliamentary Standing Committee, they have recommended some changes, and they will be introduced again once these bills are. Those changes, the recommended changes, are incorporated in the bills. APY, Atal Pension Yojana, as I was discussing, has crossed the 6 crore enrollment mark. So now more than 6 crore people they have been enrolled in Atal Pension Yojana. The total enrollment under the APY has crossed 6 crore with over 79 lakh enrollments in the current financial year. The APY, a flagship social security scheme of the Government of India, was launched in 9th May 2015. The Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi had launched this to provide old age income security to Indian citizens. So this scheme is open to everybody up to the age of 45, and you can join. You can pay yearly contribution, and then you can you can get a monthly income of 1,000 to 5,000 after you attain an age of 60 years. So this was a very ambitious scheme, and the public sector bank, they are doing a phenomenal job. All kudos to the public sector bank employees and the management for pushing this scheme. Government is also pushing it, but we have seen in some cases there are incidences of mis-selling. Also, the people, they are forced to join this scheme. We should convince the people, and we should tell them about the benefits, how this scheme is beneficial to them, and once they are convinced, we can enroll. If we are doing any kind of mis-selling, it will hamper the image of this very noble scheme in front of the public. Another news is Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana 51.04 crore accounts have opened with a deposit balance of 2,08,855 crore rupees. So this also speaks a lot about how Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana has been very successful. The aim was to ensure comprehensive financial inclusion in the country by providing universal access to banking facilities and basic bank account details to every unbanked Indian citizen. And with this, after the accounts has opened, the government has used those accounts to transfer all the benefits, to plug leakages in subsidies, and reduce corruption. So this also public sector banks were at the forefront, and these are the things which shows that how much importance of PSB. However, we can scold them about their inefficiencies, but they are not money minting enterprise. They are no kind of a social enterprises, and we have to see them like that, and we should value them. So we have come to the last news of today's episode now. 28.89 crore loans worth rupees 17.77 lakh crore extended under Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana. We had seen pension, we had seen now Jan Dhan Yojana. Now Mudra Yojana has also been doing very good. Last 5 years, they have disbursed 17.77 lakh crore, and these are kind of initiatives which are helping. Now they are reflecting in our SME exports, in our economy, the kind of boom we are experiencing. So these gives the base, the people who are at the grassroots level. These initiatives, they have empowered them, and the initiatives like this only will take our country forward. So again, the public sector banks, they are doing more than 90% of this Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana schemes. At least recognize them, appreciate them. They can be good, they can be bad, but they are working. We must acknowledge that they were working under a lot of pressure. The kind of business the kind of customers they are handling, the kind of business they are handling, the amount of the business, it is very less. So let's appreciate them. They are the real heroes. So friends, this was the main financial news up to 11th to 13th. I will be coming the next batch of this episode for this week from 14th to date. By today, I'll upload it. If you want to go through the study material, I will link the pin in the description below. You can get the PDF from there. It will be helpful for you also. So with this, I will wrap up this episode of Weekly Finance Update. Hope this will be useful for my friends. Again, one request: if you find this issue useful, please consider subscribing my channel. Thank you so much.